This is why you don't praise players, because the moment you praise them, they go out and get injured. It's just a fact of life, and we all have to accept it.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Lathe. As always, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like. That would be magnificent. Today, I thought we'd start on Blackhaven United FC's transfer history. Now, obviously, we want to try and keep an eye on. And what I'll do normally in the transfer window episode from now on is show you Blackhaven's transfer history, or maybe in the one after, that way when the transfer window is actually sort of shut. It's harder in non-league because they can sign players kind of whenever the hell they like. Now, I'm not going to go into depth on the players because we don't have the scouting knowledge to see if they're any good or not. Stands to reason they are, but you might recognise some of the names. So if you do see anyone there that they've got that you think, oh, that's a pretty good player, then do, of course, let me know. Now, they sold Nick Sandy, who was their top scorer last season, to Grimsby Town. Owen Sinclair of the free kick fame has gone to Kidderminster Harriers on a free, and Jeff Robinson Symes to Burton Albion for £24,000. He looks like he was probably one of their stars, but they don't seem to have suffered all that much, to be honest, given the way they're playing this year. Also, since it's the start of the week, time to thank new patrons. This week is Zach Bartel, Casper Young Montgomery, Joshua Aves, and Matt Cox. Thank you so much, guys. That's really, really awesome. And thank you to everyone that's still over there on the Patreon, of course. I know some of you are holding on to your player sponsorships until we sort of settled down the squad for a bit, and I get that. I totally do. I've also been looking at like where we could conceivably be in terms of leagues if we both get promoted. They obviously will. They'll obviously go into the Northern League, because into the Northern Vanarama North, because that's where they always went in my simulations. I'm very concerned that it's going to put us in the South again, even though we're further north than a lot of the teams that are up the top. Like, for example, we're further north than Stourbridge are, and yet they went into the North last season. It's a bit weird, and I'm very concerned that we might end up in National League South. Even though I set up the thing to take us to the North, I don't know why it's done that. I just think we got an annoying glitch of geography when the teams were promoted at the end of last season, and there must have been some team that were just slightly in between that got dumped into the North instead of us, and it's super annoying. But that's life, and we must press on. Where the hell did Hold Your Gun Capybara come from? Now, I've had this a comment on the last few videos, so I thought we'll address this now. So, if you're new to the channel, during the Notts County save, the theme music had a line in it which was, Hold Your Gun, Cut the Wire. But it was misunderstood by a load of people in the comments to say, Hold Your Gun Capybara, and as a result, it essentially became a channel meme, and now my random sign-off that I've been using, and also now our Twitch subscriber things. So there you go, that's what Hold Your Gun Capybara came from. Matt. Playing the Whitport Primary School under 6 girls team. Also, Matt, this is a huge game. So what established football league teams are you going to be able to prey upon for release youngsters? The correct answer is all of them. I'm immensely proud that SpongeBob SquarePitch has entered the lexicon. Oh, it's going to be used from now on, along with a lanky streak of pitch for the Hazen Yedding one. Huge fan of both of those. So, today, we're playing against Tiverton. Away from home, we've got the Stalybridge Celtic game coming up soon, which is really important, because that's a game that hopefully we could get a slightly easier draw if we were to get through. Like, it's definitely winnable. I genuinely think we can go on and win this league now. Hopefully we can just kick on, which would be great. So we're going to try to get through this, because I really do want to get back to playing Blackhaven. So, suspensions for both of our fullbacks, or an injury rather. So we'll have to move some stuff around a little bit. It's not the end of the world though. Mottram and Mills. Putman Kitely, or Putman. I'm not sure if it's Putman or Putman, but we're going to go with Putman. It's certainly not Putnam. Don't know where that came from. But we'll call him PK from now on. Ellis on the left, of course. Holmes Wynn, Taylor Lowell, Shepherd, Wardley, and Blythe. Going to get Tabram on the bench with Jacob Owen, Connor Emery, Ellis Williamson, and Elderkin. Overton had an offer from Great Wakering, but he turned it down, so we didn't even have to offer him a contract, which was nice, because I was happy to let him leave. Now, in fairness, they're not the best side, so we should be able to get this. And we've got a few away wins this year. That's been a huge factor for us, I think, in our success. But you never know. We're on a terrific run of form right now. We've got goal scorers left and right, and that really is a nice sign. The thing is, right, we could have like an absolutely world-class season, and Blackhaven will still absolutely dominate in terms of their points tally compared to us. But that's what we have to expect. I always thought that if we could get promoted, this would be the easiest season of the save, because there's such a small gap in quality, and we've been able to sign and build a tactic in the interim, basically. Mottram's through, one touch to set himself. Can he score? No, he can't. Lovely run, though, again. I'd say Mottram has been really important. Mottram and Lowell, I feel like, are two of the more important signings, and Niall Ellis as well has been excellent this year. But we're still always good for a bit of a bad result, like we did against the Met Police in the last game. It's in! Jamie Calvin scores for Tiverton. Okay, that's not great. They're right down towards the bottom of the league, and now we trail behind them as well. Hey, at least we didn't concede from a set piece. Like, we can at least take solace in the fact that, admittedly, we still didn't clear our lines properly, and perhaps we could have done better at closing him down here. I thought he'd just shoot, but it's a lovely finish from Calvin. Scott Wardley, he's on his knees, he's praying, could have done with some goalkeeping. Okay, suboptimal start. We've got some coming back to do here, because we're starting to get dragged back in towards that battle again. Hendon are pulling that... Oh, God, and Calvin's through again! Better save from Wardley, and okay. maybe this is not going to be as comfortable as I thought. Maybe we're going to go on a bad run now that we lost that game to the Met Police. Bennett? Good tackle from Holmes. Well played. Mills again. Can he flick it down? Does from Mottram. Oh, wonderful. Bloody hell. What a lovely piece of play. Ben Mills, what a save. Okay, now we're coming. Mottram, lovely first touch again. Niall Ellis. Ball across and Mills. Off the crossbar this time. So half time, and I'm not entirely discouraged by the performance. We've played some nice stuff, just haven't been able to take our chances in the end, unfortunately. We have the same number of players. Mottram flicks it down. Mills back round again. One of these days, that move is going to come off. I can feel it. Putman-Kiteley. Go on, son. Ball across and Mills. Blocked again. Putman-Kiteley again. Back across and Mills. Yes! There we go. Very fortunate with the way that's broken to him. That wow. Where's that pace normally? Lovely equaliser. They worked hard for that, in fairness to them. And Putman-Kiteley gets yet another assist for the season. Answers in a postcard. How many assists does Putman-Kiteley get in all comps this year? This is wonderful from him again. Just knocks this across. Gets very fortunate. If anything, the touch from the defender actually made that easier for Ben Mills to slip in with his 15th of the year. Very good equaliser. I genuinely think Putman-Kiteley is going to get more than 20 assists in the league. Genuinely. I haven't had a player in the entirety of FM20 get even close to that, I don't think. Oh, good. See, this is why you don't praise players. Because the moment you praise them, they go out and get injured. It's just a fact of life, and we all have to accept it. Thankfully, Emery's going to come on, but, I mean, it shouldn't be too serious of an injury. Hopefully. Ball in. Mottram. Wait, what? We got a penalty now, out of nowhere. Well, okay, then. Wynn steps up to take it, and it's in. We're leading away at Tiverton Town now. Jordan Wynn with his second goal of the season. Second half has definitely stepped up for us. And in a blink of an eye, we've gone from a goal down to a goal up. It's one of those weird ones with the penalties again, but Wynn with the smashing pen. I mean, to be fair, keeper probably could have had that, but he didn't. I was kind of hoping we could put a gap over them today, but it doesn't appear to be the case. It seems to be a sort of two-horse race at the top at the moment, which is going to make that next Hendon game very interesting, considering we've already lost to them once this year. Mills, look at the space. Mottram makes the run, got a finish, and is wide. Tiverton are playing some nice football, but Elderkin's got it. He's got loads of options. Just has to slip it through for one of them, or go alone. Ben Elderkin. He's found Mills, and he scored. Well, okay. There we go. Ben Mills grabs his second of the night. That's wrapping up the match for us. Really, really good second half performance from the lads. They've turned this one around. Poor performance in the first half. Elderkin here, though, just suddenly got bags of pace. Well, actually, he doesn't look like it, but he gets really indecisive here, and I think it just throws the defender off. Takes a couple of extra touches, slips it inside. Ben Mills, lovely finish in the bottom corner. Another goal for him this year. Wonderful. One thing I'd say, right, is that usually I look at like 2 points per game as like a really good season. But often you'll have seasons where that won't even get you top 5. But this season, we're only currently on that now, and we're actually currently doing quite well. There doesn't seem to be a lot of points going. Challenging for it well, though, is Harry Shepherd. And Emery will pick. I want to see what Connor Emery can do. Obviously, he's going to be always playing understudy. So I want Niall Ellis. Big save. They've kind of gone to bits in this second half. Haven't been able to deal with us. Emery. Ball in again, and Niall Ellis this time. Nope. It just gives us that cushion, because you know what we're like with a late goal. Oh, God, Johansson, this is what I mean. Ball across, and Calvin. What a save from Scott Wardley. There we go. They've shown a lot of fight to turn this one around, even against the poorer side. Still had to dig deep and get that victory. Second half performance was much, much better than the first one, and we've got ourselves a pretty deserved 3-1 victory away from home. Hendon do stay with us, though, but that's not really that surprising. They are definitely a cut above everyone else in this league, although St Neots could get pretty close. Right, off camera, back for some FA trophy action. Right, we're back. We've got a youth intake preview. It's not good, is it? I mean, there's a lot of yellow on it, unfortunately. Healthy number of new fullbacks in the pipeline, I suppose. A lot of wingers in the system. I was kind of hoping we'd get a little bit better, but I suppose as we move up and we get a higher caliber of player in our squad, our facilities are pure garbage, so it does kind of make sense that we're not probably going to have the best youth intake this year, but you never know. So in our first off-camera game, unfortunately, it was not to be for us. Chris Assombalonga gave Poole Town the lead from the penalty spot. Bit annoying, but what can you do? But luckily, we were able to bail ourselves out in the 89th minute as Niall Ellis, sorry, not Niall Ellis, eventually the ball comes to Ben Mills, and he's able to slot this home. Really nice work, actually, to whip this ball across. Little deflection, Ben Mills is in there, does what he does best, and rescues us a point, which is better than nothing, but frustrating. However, the key difference to us is Putman-Kiteley was not playing in that match. And he comes back for this game, instantly gets in there, whips it across to Ben Mills, gives us the lead early on against Gosport Borough, who were admittedly struggling. Then we won ourselves a nice penalty, which Jordan Wynn, of course, dispatched for the second match in Act 3. Then Ben Mills got the ball in a relatively good position, and it kind of all hell just sort of broke loose here. Somehow he still manages to get the ball back, and eventually it just comes back down to him as Putman-Kiteley brings it to him, and Mills is able to slot home. Second assist of the night for BKB, of course. But then Gosport were able to get themselves a goal back towards the end, as some bad goalkeeping from Scott Wardley allowed Lawsis to grab them a goal back, but it wasn't enough. And last but not least, we played against Berkhamsted in the Southern Cup. I played a completely rotated side in this one, but Matthew Overton was able to slot us in front early on in this one. I thought, okay, maybe the kids are actually going to come up with something here, and they did not play all that badly. However, the goal was very, very quickly cancelled out by Berkhamsted. I don't know if not sure what division they're in. A lovely ball across and just a nice little finish from Summerfield. Again, Luto could have done a bit better, and we eventually went out on penalties in the end, which was a bit of a shame. All of that leaves us 2 points clear at the top of the league. St Neots Town are on an absolute flyer right now. There's starting to be a bit of a gap emerging between the top three. St Neots and Hendon, but St Neots seem to be the one that really stands out to me. They're conceding a lot of goals like we are, but they're scoring so many more than everyone else. And I think they are it's between us, St Neots and Hendon, honestly, I think, for going up this year. The other teams are sort of in and around there. Hereford could catch up a little bit, but the playoff teams are sort of gauging themselves off as well. And just very quickly, you can see Blackhaven now are just flying. That's 20 points clear at the top. They're absolutely hammering that division right now. And yeah, this is what I meant about how the gap in skill isn't really... Plus, they've been able to sign a lot of players. But today, it's all about Stalybridge Celtic. Ooh, that's going to be a kit clash and a half, isn't it? With Mark Duffy, not of FM fame, is the manager there at the moment. Unfortunately, Putman Kitely is suspended for this one, which is a bit frustrating. So we may have to do without. This could be quite tough without him, even though we rested... Damn it, I rested him for the last game. I should have put him in. That way he wouldn't have been suspended. So, change the entire squad out, of course. I wanted to rest players for that last match for the most part, although Jackman... No, I'll play Conor Emery instead, because Jackman played that one. That way we get a nice fresh side, with the exception of the lack of Putman Kitely, but that's just how it goes. So the bench with Jones, Blythe, Jackman, Williamson, Elderkin, Fife and Overton. It's a strong lineup. With the way they're playing in their division, it stands to reason we've got a pretty decent chance here. Their pitch is a little bit of a narrow boy as well, actually, which could affect us somewhat, but we can still get those balls in behind. Like, we're doing very well in ours. They're sort of towards the lower end of their division. So, Ben Mills again with a lovely touch. Defender, he's a bit of a tight angle. Don't think he's going to be able to get it. Great save again. Can he find us follow-up? Not quite. He's still got it. Ben Mills back for Conor Emery. What a man. Ben Mills. What a lad. If there's anything to go, what a terrible clearance from their goalkeeper. Round the side for Liam Mottram. Defender's coming across to try and clear it. Oh, and a good save by James. We have flown out the traps here, but we've missed all our early chances, which is concerning. Judge. It's a long way out. He's gone for it and it's in. Wow. I mean, I've got to hold my hands up. David Judge has just absolutely pinged one, and Stalybridge Celtic have scored their first shot of the game. I just thought it was too far out. I assumed he was just going to cross that. Maybe Wardley could have done a bit better there. He's not exactly covered himself in glory this year, I've got to say. Although he did make an incredible stop in the last live. Uh-oh. Oh, God, now we're in trouble. Hunt. That was just poor from Webster. I think Thompson's gone too wide to get the shot in, which is good. He's all the way through and a good save again by Wardley. Okay, they're coming back into it now. I'd say we've arguably been the better side, but they have got better, ironically, since they scored the goal. Like, in front of goal, we've just been a little bit lackluster tonight. Maybe the getting knocked out of the Southern Cup, which the board didn't care about, has affected the players, even though none of these guys were in that squad. It's going to take some serious play to get through them. Or maybe just a bit of luck. Shepherd. Niall Ellis. Lovely goal. Niall Ellis at the back post equalises, and I think that's a deserved equaliser. Lovely cross from Harry Shepherd. But Niall Ellis to already be on 11 goals before Christmas from that left-hand side. He's been a surprisingly good signing. I think, you know, Alex O'Keefe, he's a great player, but look at this ball from Harry Shepherd. He's just absolutely picked that one out for Niall Ellis. But he's still got a lot of work to do to get that header on target and then into the back of the net. 1-1. Okay, we can move from this. I think we've been good enough to get the win on the night. Shepherd again. Or can he find Niall Ellis? He kind of does in a roundabout way. Oh, he's tried to catch the goalkeeper out, but he wasn't quite able to. Second half has been... We've really finally stepped it up now. We have turned up. Those fresh legs are making a massive difference. Niall Ellis with tons of room. He's got to find a goal. And... No! Oh my God, cleared off the line there. Come on, 90th minute winner. We don't need these extra matches right now. Oh, it's a big tackle on him. Jackman's got it though. He's not done a lot for us this year, but maybe he could become a star with this. And Mills! It's in the back of the net. The goalkeeper's absolutely fluffed it. And Ben Mills has scored his 20th goal of the year. The assist from Mark Jackman will surely send us through to the next round. And that's all down to goalkeeper error here. Great work from Mark Jackman. A lovely first touch to set himself up there. Honestly, I didn't think the cross was even that good. But Mills has just had a pot shot, and I don't know what James is doing there. It's 2-1 to Whitport Athletic. We're heading through. I thought we were favourites just on form alone, and we're hopefully going to go through. It does seem like it. We're going to get through to the next round of the FA Trophy. Good money for us here. And Ben Mills into the channel. Can he make it 3 late on? Whips it across. No, not quite. And there we go. Stalybridge Celtic 1, Whitport 2. We fought hard to come from behind. Niall Ellis and Ben Mills with the 91st minute winner for us. Excellent news. And I guess the 4-3-3 as well. Draw for the next round. Presumably Blackhaven are in it. There they are. Yep. Come on then. Who are we going to get? Ilkeston Town. We beat them last year. So who do Blackhaven get? Okay, that's a winnable tie, to be honest. They're in the league below us rather than above. And Blackhaven will play against Wealdstone. Didn't they play against them last year in this tournament and get knocked out by them? So I kind of fancy doing a bigger chunk off camera so we can come back for the St. Neots Town game away from home. I know there's the builder-based trophy match in there, but I feel like we're a higher division than them, so we should be able to get through to the third round of that. And I know there's a Hendon game in there too, but it's a bit too close. So next episode is going to be Farnborough away, which will be difficult because it's away from home, but they're also kind of struggling. Nice logo though. And then obviously the second game will be St. Neots Town away from home, and I expect that to be a huge top of the table clash. So we've got that to look forward to. So if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, got through in the cup and got a good win at home. Sorry, away at Tiverton. Still looking pretty solid in the league. Not lost for a little while since the Merthyr game, so that's a good sign. Then drop a like, that'd be fantastic. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that's awesome as well. And yeah, go follow on Twitch. I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes at the weekend as well. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun, Capybara. Bye-bye.